Hello students, myself Karishma Datta from Saraswat International Academy. I am going to teach to standard 10th English medium, subject social science, chapter number 10, India Agriculture, part 1. Students, before moving with the chapter, we shall see the introduction part first. That one thing comes in the mind, that from where did the word agriculture came? So agriculture came from two Latin words. It came from how many words? Two Latin words. The first is that is agri. Agri means what? That is land. And culture. Culture means over here what? That is cultivation and or growing. Okay, so agriculture means what? Land cultivation. What do agriculture means? Where cultivation of what has been done or growing of what has been done, that is different types of crops, and that has been seen, that is said to be as agriculture. So we shall start with a chapter that is Indian agriculture. First point, since ancient time, agriculture has remained a primary economic activity of most of the people in India. Okay, what they're saying over here, that in from ancient time, right, what is the main primary economic activity of Indian people? That is agriculture. Okay, next, even today also, main support of the Indian economy is agriculture. Agriculture is an important resource of India. Not only in the ancient time agriculture was having that much of importance in the economic activity of the people, but now today also agriculture plays a very important role, or its contribution on Indian economy is said to be the most one. A very important resource of India is agriculture. Next, about 60% of labor power is engaged in agriculture. From the 100% of labor power, 60% of labor power is engaged where? That is in agriculture in India. Besides supplying food to people of India, raw material for many industries also come from agriculture. Okay, not only the agriculture is providing food to the people of India, but it is also providing raw material to the industries. Okay, and that raw material the industries are getting from where? It comes from agriculture. Yes students, we know that we have learned in the previous classes that in our economy the three sectors play a very important role, that is agriculture sector, secondary sector, that is the industrial sector, and the service sector. Raw material from the agriculture sector goes to the industry sector, and over there what has been made, finished goods are being made over there from the raw material which are being sent to the agriculture, from agriculture to the industry sector. So they are saying that not only agriculture is providing food to the people of India, but it is also providing what? That is even raw material to the industries. Next, agriculture occupies about 22% of national product. Okay, agriculture occupied how much of national product? That is 22% in that. Crop and other farm products hold about 18% contribution in export, and which earn huge foreign exchange. Okay, the crop and other farm product, from the 100%, 18% is being exported to the foreign country, and because of that 18% exported to the foreign country, what comes in the country? That is the foreign currency comes in the country, so which we earn huge, that is the foreign exchange, because of export of the crops and the farm products. Next, the Indian economy is mainly dependent on agriculture. Yes, when 60% of labor is engaged in agriculture, so obviously what can be seen, that the Indian economy is dependent on what? That is agriculture. Thus, India is an agrarian country. Thus India is what? An agrarian country, as India is also having a very favorable climate. So agriculture can be seen over here, and thus India is an agrarian country. Student, it may come in the exam for 2 marks that why is India said to be an agrarian country? So these are the points which you need to write it in your answers. Efforts will not be there. In most of the areas in India, two or more crops annually can be taken due to the factor like fertile plain, favorable climate for round the year, cultivation, irrigation, skilled and hard working farmers, etc. Okay, what are they saying over here? In most of the area of India, two or more crops are annually yearly been taken in factor. Why? Because India have a very good fertile plain, a very good favorable climate for around the year. Cultivation has been done easily. Irrigation facilities, you know what is irrigation, right? Irrigation facilities are now easily been available, and even skilled and hard working farmers are being seen. So more than two crops are being seen annually in India. Next, even then, the progress in the field of agriculture is not sufficient. Like they are saying that no doubt two or more crops are being grown annually, right? But somewhere or else, the progress which should be seen in the agriculture sector, right, in agriculture sector is not that much sufficient. The progress is not that much sufficient over here. The Indian farmers are generally poor and uneducated, right? They are, no doubt they are cultivating crops and everything, but they are still very much poor and they are uneducated. Who? That is the Indian farmers. Agriculture production in India is much less compared to the world due to reasons like inadequate facilities of irrigation, irregular and uncertainty of rain, more population, large family, smaller farms, no interest in experimentation. Okay, so now one thing comes in your mind that first it has been written that two or more crops are being grown annually in India because of such favorable condition, and one side it has been said that the production which should be seen in India in compared to the other world, right? Because 60% of labor is working of India, 60% laborers are working for what? That is in agriculture. And if 60% are working in agriculture, then why such progress cannot be seen, right? That comes in the mind. Okay, and over here the limitations are being seen over here, right? Why we compare the world agriculture with our, why the progress is less compared to that? The reasons are inadequate facilities of irrigation facility is there, but not to that much extent that each and everyone can get that thing. Okay, then they're saying about irregular and uncertainty of rain in India. Each directions of India, right? Same rainfall cannot be seen. Same rainfall cannot be seen. There is anytime irregular or uncertainty of rain can be seen over there. Okay, more population, we know that India, after China, India ranks the second one in the population side. Okay, then what they're saying over here, large family. Indian families have a large family. Because of that, small farms, large family is there, but the farm holding, the land holding of that family is very much small. And Indian people, Indian farmers do not want to do experiment, right? They believe in one thing and they are going on the same thing. And because of that, not doing experimentation, right, agriculture product and its progress somewhere is getting very much in, it's not that much in hand. Okay, the progress which should be seen according to 60% of labor. Okay, but that much progress cannot be seen of agriculture. Next, less usage of chemical fertilizer, modern machinery and scientific approach for cultivation educated mass opting away from agriculture, the so-called lower status for agriculture in the society, etc. Not only this much, but even not less use of chemical fertilizer is being seen. Modern machinery and scientific approach for cultivation is not being seen. Educated mass is now not engaged in agriculture sector. They are moving themselves, okay, because of their lower status, because they want more big status, and agriculture is not giving them that much of progress. So the shifting of the educated uh, people population to the different sector, that is also a reason that, yeah, in India agriculture is getting to a limit, or its progress is not getting that much enhanced. Okay, so this 2 points, this and this 2 points shows us the limitation why the agriculture sector has not that much progressed in the country, that is India. Okay, students, we saw the introduction part, that what is agriculture and everything. Now we'll see that what type of farming can be seen in the country, right? Types of farming. First, the social economic condition of the people of India, administrative policy, and the entire Indian economy are associated with agriculture. Okay, what are they saying over here? That is the social economic condition of the people of India, even its administrative policy and the entire Indian economy are associated with what? That is agriculture. Because agriculture is the base. Agriculture is what? That is the base of the country. India is an agri-gun country. So social economic condition of the people of India, even the administrative policies, the entire economy is depend on what? That is agriculture. Farming types are classified according to the irrigation method, farm, output, economic, return, etc. And how is that been seen? Okay, the different types of farming are classified according to irrigation methods. What type of irrigation methods, farm output of that, how much the farm can give them, and how much economic return being given by whom, that is by the farm, and according to that the types of farming has been decided. Okay, so we'll move on with the first farming, that is subsistence farming. What it is said to be as subsistence farming. After independence, many agricultural development projects are implemented, yet the economic condition of Indian farmer is very weak even today. Right? Right? Even bringing good implementations and development project of whom, that is agriculture, after independence. But yet the economic conditions of Indian farmer is said to be very weak even today in the country, that is India. Okay, why? What's the reason? Costly seed, fertilizer, and use of insecticides are not affordable in smaller farm holding. Okay, seeds are very much costly. Fertilizers and using of insecticides are not affordable in smaller farm holding. They are not able to afford this type of things. This, that is costly seeds, fertilizer, and that. Okay, the farm production is just sufficient for his family and is consumed in the maintenance of the family. Okay, by seeing having costly seeds, fertilizers, insecticide, they are not affordable to the smaller farmers. Okay, so what do these farmers do? The farm production is just sufficient for his family. That means the crop which he is cultivating in his land, okay, whatever farm, in the farm he is cultivating a crop, he is only cultivating it for whom? That is for his family, that is for his livelihood of his family, for the maintenance of the family. Okay, so this is called a subsistence farming. So even today, Indian agriculture is considered to be an activity of maintenance only. So Indian agriculture, so this said to be a subsistence farming. So even today the Indian agriculture is said that like it is the only activity that is only feeding the own farmers, like they are not getting anything in return. Whatever they are cultivating, it's only for the livelihood, to get food for whom, that is for the family. I can give an example. Like consider this is a land and did a crop over here. Okay, what a farmer has cultivated a crop over here, a small farmer, only this much land he is having. So if this much land crop he cannot give to someone and earn income. Cultivation of a crop which has been done by a farmer to fulfill his family needs. To fulfill what? To fulfill his family needs, to maintain its family needs. That is said to be as what type of farming? That is subsistence farming. Okay, students? Okay, now we'll see the next one, that is the dry farming, second type of farming. Okay, where the rainfall is inadequate, it's not proper, irrigation facilities are less, there farming is depend only on rain. Okay, what they are saying, that where the rainfall is inadequate, it's not proper, irrigation facilities are very much less, there farming is only depend on the natural source, that is the rain. Next, only one crop is taken through the humidity accumulated within the land. Okay, that means only one crop is taken yearly, and how it is being taken, that is humidity accumulated within the land. Right, we know that when rain falls, the land is having what? That is moisture, having what? That is humidity into it. And when till the time the land holds the moisture or the humidity, at that time what has been done? A crop has been grown over there. This is known as dry farming. What it is known as? Dry farming. Crops like jowar, millet, pulses which require less water are grown here. Okay, these jowar, millet, pulses, right? Cereals and pulses which need less water, and with less water, with less water also these crops are being grown. So these crops are being grown over that land, and that farming is said to be as dry farming. In Gujarat, wheat and gram are grown in the humid soil after the monsoon is over. Right, after we know that 4 months, approximately 4 months rainfall has been seen in Gujarat. Okay, that means the land has good moisture and humidity within it. Okay, and when till the time the land occupy a good humidity and moisture, what has been seen? These crops that needs less water are being grown over there, where? That is in Gujarat. Next, first we saw the subsistence farming, second was the dry farming. Now we'll move on the third part, that is the wet farming. Wet farming is carried out in the regions of heavy rain and adequate facility of irrigation. It is the opposite. It is the opposite of the dry farming. Okay, wet farming is carried out in the regions of having rain and adequate facilities of irrigation, where more rainfall has been seen and where more irrigation facilities are been seen. If there is no rainfall, or if it is insufficient, more than one crop is taken with the help of irrigation, wherein paddy, sugar, cotton, wheat and vegetables are being grown. If there is no rainfall, or if it is insufficient, more than one crop is taken with the help of irrigation. Okay, where see, if rainfall is not been seen, no problem, but irrigation facility is been seen, so over there more than one crop is been grown with the help of irrigation. Okay, wherein which type of crops can be grown with the help of irrigation? That is paddy, sugar, cotton, wheat and vegetables are grown over here. The student, keep in mind, like opposite of dry farming, that is the wet farming. In dry farming, inadequate of rainfall and no facilities of irrigation is being seen. But in wet farming, adequate rainfall also, and even facilities are being seen. No issue, rainfall is not being seen, but if irrigation facilities available, so paddy, sugar, cotton, wheat and vegetables are being grown over there in the wet farming. Next, that is the shifting, that is the zoom agriculture. First point. Here forests are burned and cleared and farming is carried out there. The forests have been burned and totally it is burned, and what has been carried out over there, that is farming is been carried out over there. Next, the farming take place for 2 or 3 years. Okay, on that land farming take place for how many years? 2 or 3 years. When the soil fertility is reduced, that area is abundant and the same method is applied to start farming at the other places. Okay, when soil fertility is reduced, that area is now not at all being used. Okay, now same method is been applied to start farming but at other place. This is called as zoom cultivation. Cereals or vegetables are grown in this type of agriculture. The production is less in this type of agriculture. More production cannot be seen over here. Okay, I can give an example. Students, see over here, this is an agriculture land. Okay, and let me say you that if one crop has been grown, over here, one crop has been grown, and when the crop has been cutted out, right, it has been cut, so some proportion of the crop is been seen in the land, and to take out that proportion of part, what has been done, the farm is been burned. And when the farm has been burned, slowly, if one crop, two crop, three crop has been grown, and that land is only can be useful for 2 or 3 years, not more than that, because by burning the land, right, what has been seen, the fertility of the soil decreases, right, the fertility of the soil decreases. If you burn something for more and more time, right, so that particular thing get totally spoiled. The same it is with the land, right, if land has been burned for more time, right, the fertility has been reduced. So in this type of agriculture, what they are saying that for only 2 or 3 years this land is been used, because after that the land loses its fertility. So what is done by the farmer, it shift itself to the another land and start practicing the same thing over here, and if after 2-3 years again they move to the different land, shift to the different land and also to the same cultivation. And over in this agriculture, what has been grown, that is cereals or vegetables are being grown. But from this type of farming, what do they say, production is very much less. What has been less? Production is being seen very much less. So cereals and vegetables are being grown over here, and this type of farming is said to be as what farming? Shift or zoom agriculture. Now we'll move on with the fifth type, that is plantation agriculture. First we have seen with the subsistence farming, dry farming, wet farming, then the zoom agriculture. Now comes the fifth one, that is the plantation agriculture. First point, this is a special type of agriculture. It is a very special type of agriculture. Here rubber, tea, coffee, cocoa, coconut, apple, mango, oranges, grapes, amla, lemon, kharek, that is khajur, right, are reared with great care. They are being taken very much care. This is a very special type of farming because these all are planted, right, they are plants. Okay, next, it is necessary that there should be more capital investment, skill, technical knowledge, machine, fertilizer, protection on all sides, acquisition and transportation facilities, right, for taking care of these plants. What is being needed? Capital investment, that is income has been needed. You should have a very good skill to take care of it, technical knowledge to take care of it, right? Even machinery is being needed, fertilizer is being needed, protection from all the sides, right, is being needed, and it can be transport, even transport facility is being needed. In what type of agriculture? That is plantation agriculture. Next, we'll move on with the sixth type of farming, that is intensive farming. Intensive farming is the mechanized way of farming through utilization of increased irrigation, use of chemical fertilizer, insecticide, and other mechanical equipments. Okay, what are they saying over here? The intensive farming over here is the mechanized way of farming. It's said to be a very mechanized way of farming through utilization of increased increased irrigation facilities, right? Increase irrigation facility, use of more water has been done in this farming, chemical fertilizer is being used, insecticides are being used, and other mechanical equipments are being used in this type of farming. For what? For more production. For what? That is more production, because more production gives what? That is income. Next, cash crop grow more in this type of farming. Students, let me say you that cash crops are crops which give more income. Which gives what? That is more income. Next, the per hectare production has increased very much here, and the area sown under these crops has increased. Okay, what they're saying, that the per hectare production has increased over here, or increased in this intensive farming very much, and the area sown under these crops have also increased, because more income has been generated, because more chemical fertilizer and insecticide are being used, and even more mechanical equipments are being used. Next, as more importance is economic return in this type of farming. Okay, what they're saying, that in this intensive farming, right, more return, that means more income has been generated. So this is also known as commercial farming. The intensive farming is also set by another name, that is commercial farming, because in this farming more production has been done by the farmer to earn what? That is income. So commercial farming is also known as intensive farming, and intensive farming is also known as commercial farming. In the exam it may come like, write about commercial farming, so you need to write about the intensive farming in the exam. Okay student, the theory which you need to write in your notebook, that is, write note on type of agriculture. Type of agriculture has been explained to you. That is types of farming, right? That is type of farming, that is the subsistence farming, dry farming, wet farming, zoom agriculture, plantation agriculture, and intensive agriculture. These you need to write in your notebook. Okay, it may ask you for, in board exam it may ask you for 2 or marks, 3 marks, or 4 marks also, right? And if it asks for 2 marks, you know that all points need to be returned, that is all 6 points need to be returned, and or any 2 need to be explained. Or if it is asked for 3 marks, what you need to do, that is, you need to write all 6 points, and from that 6 points you need to write any 3. Okay, and if it asks for 4 marks, so all 6 and all the 6 you need to explain in a very detailed form. Don't forget student that you need to write everything in point wise in a very good handwriting. Okay.